Hey guys, welcome back and welcome to another video here on Wednesday. And I know the date because I have I'm starting to do a schedule that's going to tell me when my videos are going to go up. I don't like it that way. Let's see if I can. There we go. All right, there we go. It's a lot better. Okay. So yeah, I got a schedule thing I'm gonna start doing, so I kind of know planning out my videos and when they're gonna go up, which one I'm gonna put up. I think that'll kind of help me to get everything scheduled. I've been trying to figure out what I was gonna do. I need to figure out a better planning because I'm putting them in these little bitty squares that are like this big, and having to squeeze my little writing. But it'll work for this month, or work for the next couple weeks. Next month when I start, I'll probably put it on a different piece of paper and figure out a different way. I'll probably get a cheap ruler or find something. I can probably find one at Goodwill for like, cheaper than like 50 cents or something like that. But anyway, let's go ahead and start. This is an album review, another album review, Bobaflex. A lot of comments about the last album I did, Eloquent Demons. Not a very good album by Bobaflex, and was not aware it was the newest album of theirs, and they had just released, not on purpose, but I believe the day of, or the day before, or the day after I uploaded. No, it had to have been the day before, I believe. But somewhere around the release of the newest single, like within days, like literally like 1 or 2 days, I put the review up. And they had other singles released off there because I know some of those singles said 2017. So, but one of their newer singles was released in 2018. And that's what kind of got the popularity, I think, going for a lot of people kind of harping on me for not liking. It wasn't that great. It wasn't that great. It was not the best Bobaflex album there has been. But now we're going to talk about Anything That Moves, their 2015 album, and boy was I very well impressed with this album compared to Eloquent Demons. Oh my God. This came out in 2015. There was 13 songs, 48 minutes. Let's just get right down to it. Number one, first of all, the cover was amazing to this, by the way, and you'll see it in the thumbnail. It has like some chick, I think, in it with like, I don't know what she had in her hand. I can't remember. I just looked at it today before because I was doing other music reviews, and then anyway, really cool cover for this album. And Eloquent Demons actually had a really cool cover. The album would have been better, whatever. Anyways, track number one, Burn Them All intro. By now, you know what if you watch my videos, you know how I feel about intros. There's pointless things. They don't need to be in albums. There's no need for them. So let's move on to track number two. Start a War. Pretty good. Sounds like a little hair metal infused with it, and the ending made it better. As it kind of, the hell did I write? Because I think they kind of slowed down at the end of the song, I believe. I'm reading my notes, so I don't know if it meant to put like a little around a hair metal that I said that. I write my notes, and I'm trying to rewrite my notes. But I do know Start a War. I was impressed with it. I enjoyed it. It had a little hair metal infused in it, so I was kind of liking that it kind of sounded like a little bit like that. But they always kind of did kind of sound like that to me. It kind of sounds like they've kind of got that flair. You kind of hear that little hint maybe of influence from like hair metal sometimes in their music, which is a good thing. Every once in a while you hear that. I think it influence in Bobaflex. But anyway, number three is Lose Control. This was the song, fast guitar and the harmony, it always makes for a good song. This seemed odd at first, but it was an okay song for me. I think it could grow on me if I listened to it more. But for me, it was better than average. I will say this. It was better than average, but it wasn't like a check mark, which this is how, if I haven't told you this before, I put a check mark next to the songs that are really, really good, that I guarantee, like if I listen to the album again, I would listen to that song again. And I put in like a line. If it's an average song, it could be great for them, but it's going to be forgettable. And I put a down arrow with a line underneath it, meaning it's horrible. I did not like it. And I also put a check mark, whoop, a little whoop thing like that, and a question mark, and a line if it's kind of in between something. I put that whoop in a question mark. So it was in between a check mark and average. So it probably could grow on me if I listened more to it. Number 4, Dry Your Eyes. Really good. I love the energy in the song. It was one of the favorites off this album so far. And there was a solo in it. It was awesome. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I don't know why I'm stuttering. Number 5, favorite song off the CD. Mama, Don't Take My Drugs Away. Great. OMG. Yes. Love it. Give us more like this. And they have. They have given us more like this in the past. So glad to hear more. I actually gave it 2 stars and a check mark. And Dry Your Eyes, I gave a star and a check mark. So there you go. Number 6, A Spider in the Dark. Great ballad. Good little song. I think something was missing in it, though, to me. Like, it could have been a little bit better. I don't know what was missing in it. But it was also kind of one of those ones where it was kind of like a check mark. Not above average, but not exactly a check mark. It's something I might listen to all the time. It was just something seemed to be missing. And I've heard this song like a billion times. And I always kind of skip over it when I hear it, like on randomized like Spotify playlist. It'll pop up. And it's okay, but it's just, like I said, something's kind of missing from it. Show Me, track number 7. Average song. I don't think it was nothing special, to be honest. I think it was just, it was a good song, but it's nothing like I'm going to go, oh man, I remember that song. No, I would never say that. Number 8, Objectified. Another average song. There was great guitar works in it. There were solos. Great job. I just don't think it's something that I'm going to look back on and say, yeah, I remember Objectified, and it was an awesome song, Even the guitar solos and stuff like that, I would forget that because no one's going to remember the song because it wasn't that compelling. The lyrics just weren't that great, or even if the lyrics were great, it just didn't mesh. I don't think it just didn't mesh right, but it was an average song. Nothing special, though. Number 9, Turn Me On. I liked it. I thought it was one of the songs on the album that was really good. Slow. It was a good song. Steady. Emotional. It had a lot of stuff going on in it. I liked it. Number 10, You Don't Want to Know. Like I said, a lot of these songs, they're going to be really, really good. And there's not a lot of down arrows in this, which is a good thing. But to me, it was an average song. Nothing special in this. And like I said, I'm very, very picky with. So if I listen to an album and I'm saying that they're average, that means they're probably good. And I might listen to them at the time I'm listening to the CD. But if I'm in a car, I don't listen to an album all the way through. Like I'll find my 5, 6, 7, 8 tracks, hopefully more, that they have. But if they don't, I mean, there's very few that I won't skip. Very few albums I'll listen to all the way through and not skip. I mean, that has to be super, super good. But I do skip around, and that's what I mean. Like, I'm going to skip over them if they're not that great. But You Don't Want to Know is number 10, like I said, average. 11, Pray to the Devil. It was good, but like I said, something was kind of missing with it. It almost was one of those, like, a little bit over average, but to me, it was missing something just to make it. I mean, it was barely average to me, but there was something there. There was something there that didn't feel right, like, to me. I didn't enjoy it. Number 12, End of the World. I had hopes because it started out really good, but then it kind of fizzled out once the song got going, and it kind of disappointed a little bit. I don't think it's that great. It was average to me. Number 13, we're going to hate me at the end of the album, but really the end of the album wasn't that great. 13, Forgiven. Forgiven. It was average. I thought it was good, but it just seemed like average to me. Like sometimes that's what happens is that these bands they'll do an album and they'll have a lot of great songs near the beginning of the album, and then they get near the end, I think, and the record label most likely, or maybe they just have these songs and they don't really want them in this order, but it just happens the way the record company puts them together. I don't know. This is all guesstimation on my part, but and also some albums I recorded other than this. Outside of this, it was the other way around. They had the ones at the beginning instead of the ones at the end. But this album seems like a lot of the songs were at the beginning and were really, really good. And at the end, they kind of put all the filler songs. Because maybe the album said, maybe the people said, hey, you need to record like at least like 13 songs. And they're like, oh, God, we only have like 8. So they were coming up with other songs and trying to come up with these other songs. And, you know, one of these might have been the one they came up with at the end that was really, really good. And they may have shuffled them up to the top of the, you know, the number of the track listing. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how they did it, how they came about it, whatever. Somebody was saying, like, why don't you go ask them? Yeah, let me call Lars from Metallica. Let me ask him why they hated everybody during the Napster thing. Go ask them. Shut up. Anyways. But there you go, Bobaflex. Anything that moves. A little bit better than Eloquent Demons. I'm sure people will hate on me for not liking some of the songs. But I mean, Mama Don't Take My Drugs Away, one of the best songs on the album. Start a War was pretty good. Dry Your Eyes was really good. Dry Your Eyes and Mama Don't Take My Drugs Away were really good. Turn Me On was actually really good. That was about it. So we got 1, 2, yeah, I'll count Lose Control as number 2. 3, 4. I'll put Spider and Dark in there too. 6. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 5, 6. I can't count. 6. So 6 out of 13. That's not bad. It's about half. So that's not bad. That's not bad for me. And like I said, I said in another album review, I think it was, I can't remember which one it was, but I said, you know, 50% is actually pretty good because there's a lot of artists, you know, that's probably about the amount of good songs that you're going to really, really like on their album. You know, a lot of people, you'll get lucky. I've had a lot of albums in the past when I was buying CDs, like prominently, like I was going to the records or going to the CDs, the CD store, you know, local CD store, Karma. Now it's Vibe in Indiana. But when I used to go there, yeah, and Vibe don't even have like a tiny selection of CDs now. But anyways, but I used to buy 3, 4 CDs at a time, and you know, pay $8 to $12 for them. Sometimes a little bit more, but and that's not even saying I'd get an album that would only have 3 songs I would end up liking on the album. It'd be a waste of my time and like get pissed off because I bought it. And I'm not going to return it because they would only probably give me like $3 or $4 back on credit, which would not be very much. And I paid, you know, $8 to $10 for the CD for the most part. So I mean, I was dropping about $30 about every couple weeks on CDs. Sometimes more. I would buy more. But I know I used to go to OnQ, which was a branch of Sam Goody, FYE, whatever. And now they're pretty much getting ready to disappear probably soon. So I know there's a few FYEs out there, and some people may think FYE, oh, they're never going to go away. They probably will because the internet kind of has the market on a lot of stuff like that. You don't really have to leave the house anymore. But anyways, Bobaflex, Anything That Moves, great album. I thought it was pretty good. But to be like 6 out of 13, that's pretty good for me. So let me know what you thought. Maybe you like the song that I didn't like on this album. Let me know your favorite song off of this album. And let me know why you think I didn't like it. How about that? Tell me why you don't think I liked it. Maybe you think I'm a Nickelback fan. Which I am. I like Nickelback. So, and I also like, I almost did a Cannibal Corpse album review coming up, but I backtracked on that. But I will do one in the future. But yeah, so there you go. And I got some other albums that will totally shock you. I do random albums, random genres. So I want to do some more country ones. I haven't did any more country ones lately and more pop ones. So let me know what albums you want to hear. If you like more Bobaflex, I'm definitely going to head in that direction. What I'm working on doing is the albums that I have done in the past. I'm going to go back and kind of complete their discography. And unless it's a lot, like Kid Rock is a lot. So it's going to take me a long time to get through those. But I'm going to kind of start going back every once in a while and knocking those out. Bobaflex is actually one of those too. They got actually a decent amount of CDs out. So it's going to take me a while to get knocked down the Bobaflex CDs. So if there's any one certain CD, I would like to go in order though, going backwards. I would probably start from the beginning, but sometimes I'd rather start at the newest one. But sometimes that's not so good with the newer bands or the older bands because then you get the crappier music in front and the people get mad. It's Bobaflex. Anyways, like, comment, subscribe, all that good jazz. I'll catch you guys later. Keep rocking. And subscribe down below if you want more content like this. Daily content. Later. Keep rocking.